You know, I'm sure you guys know who Kwam is. Kwam, the ultimate. That's the very famous Fuji artist in Nigeria. We all know him, Kwam, very famous. I'm a big fan too. I remember way back when he released one song. I didn't really like Fuji music till that time. When he released Talazo Disco. Yes. Talazo Disco. Odu Lati Joe. You know, it was well, he's come a long way. I guess so is some of our fans, his fans. And but there was an incident that happened recently with Baba Kwam himself. You know, he's, like I said, he has some powers with him. When I mean powers, I mean in terms of popularity, his songs, and you know, he's done well for himself, maybe wealthy as well. Okay, you know, sometimes this thing can get into our heads. Where am I driving at here? Okay, so there was this incident that happened recently. Kwam was about to board a flight, I think in Abuja. Okay, and what happened? Turns out that Kwam wanted to feel a little bit irate. So he was, I mean, allegedly, of course. So you will see in the video. So at some point he was, you know, drinking more like a liquor from a bottle, you know. So the flight attendant, you know, as part of his job for safety, right? And you know, everywhere in the world, you can't be seen drinking as you're about to board. So naturally, he was, you know, asked what he was having, you know, and which is just a very simple thing, right? But he did not want to disclose what he was drinking. In fact, when he was now pressed to you know, tell them what he was drinking, he said, okay, it's more of a liquid medication or something like that, that was, you know, given by the doctor, his doctor. It was, it's a medication of some sort. And the attendant did not believe him, right? And there was a little bit of back and forth and everything. Eventually, remember this happened in Abuja. Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport. He was asked to leave the flight. Now, I have two clips to show you. One, you're going to see him. People were boarding, and he was right down there, just looking, you know, like lost. You know, watch this clip. Now we'll be back. Right there, so he was kind of lost, and you know, we really don't know. Maybe it was from the drink. He was looking like he didn't know what to do or what was happening, you know. And guess what? The flight wanted to leave without him, and Kwam decided to stay where the plane was. If he's not going, the plane too is not flying. This is crazy. It can only happen in Nigeria. So, you know, sometimes when we have a kind of status, I'm not going against anything, but I'm just saying in Nigeria, it's more or less typical. When you see you are somewhat important in some ways, you know, there's a little bit of, you know, credibility that you think you have. You take things, you know, to yourself and just do things anyhow. This behavior can never happen or perpetrated by any Nigerian in any other airports around the world. Anywhere in the world, even Ghana. If you go to organized airports or any airport at all that is not Nigeria, there is no Nigeria that want to misbehave. None. Not even in any way. They will act accordingly to the instructions, obey the flight attendant, the cleaner. They will obey everything to the latter. But when you are in Nigeria, it's another ball game entirely. Okay? So, Kwam just stood by the flight in front of it and said, okay, if you don't want me to get into this flight is not moving. You don't believe me? Watch this clip and we'll be back.
Wait now. Wait now, say you strong. Why you not wait?
Did you see that? Even the person that was videoing was making comments. Should you get power? Why you no wait? Do you know that he was right at the plane? The wing of the plane was actually moving, which it is even riskier. The pilot shouldn't have done that. But this is how the drama, opened and ensued, right? Kwam was seen, ducking from the wing of the plane from hitting him. Wow. What are we doing, Seth? That is how bad, how risky. Kwam put himself in a very bad position. The pilot also was, for some reason, maybe getting angry or whatever. And disaster will have happened right there. Right there. Who is right, who is wrong? Who is going to have the last say? Pride and all kind of arrogance was just taking place right there at the airport. In Nigeria, to emphasize. What are we doing, Seth? I mean, when it comes to Nigeria, no holds barred. You don't care about the rules. You don't respect yourselves. This is just not even mere. This is just a staff in the airline, that was just asking a very simple question. Kwam will have just told them, okay, sorry, or throw it away or something. It's something that you can always have, right? Why do you have to make so much drama out of it to the extent of almost hurting yourself? Somebody of that status. How maybe that thing that he drank was making him, What do you think? You tell me, because I don't know. I'm just here to let you, get your thoughts. Let me see your thoughts and see what you say about this. Was Kwam right? So I remember Oshomole. Remember him? When he missed his flight, he came in just a little bit late and he decided to go and sit down at the gate. That he sees he's not flying with this plane. This plane too will not go anywhere. Nobody's going to board. Oshomole, that's the guy, one-time governor, currently a senator. That incident happened some months ago, a month or two ago, really. Where you see people in certain positions where they think they have some kind of affluence or influence or whatever, they just think they are above the law. What are we doing, Seth? Let me get your comments on this one. It's kind of funny, but it's crazy too. Only in Nigeria. Well, talk to you soon, folks. Appreciate the time. If you have not subscribed, please kindly do. Thank you for those who have. As we move on to highlight the issues and ills of us human beings in What Are We Doing, Seth? It's crazy. Talk to you again. Bye-bye.
What are we doing, Seth?